have wonderful memories about my family. We were 9 kids. I was the second one.
Second youngest or oldest?
No, the oldest.
Oh.
I was very young, of course, when I was 19 years old, 18, 18, when the war started. And the day when it started, I was in the street walking with a friend of mine. And the sirens were on, and we started running. And we knew right away the planes overhead, and we knew the war started. We didn't know that it's going to be that close and so fast, because the war didn't last too long in Poland. After 5 days, the war was over.
Had you
And
heard?
the Germans came in with their tanks, and they were killing people, and it was right away just pitiful. It was the beginning of New Year's, the Jewish community. And they were catching the Jews, and they cut their beards, and they told them to clean the streets, and it was right away so impossible. We were just not people anymore. We were just scared like animals. We did the best what we could. In fact, my brother planted some vegetables in the garden so we could have some food, and it wasn't too bad till they sent us to Lodz ghetto. Then it started. We came to the ghetto and we saw dead people walking around. We knew that this is our end. I was working in a ladies' clothes factory, and my father had a job, and everybody got a little something to. We didn't get paid, but we got food for working. Every week we could go to the grocery and get so much for each person in the family. And it wasn't never enough, because people drank a lot to fill themselves up because they were hungry. So all you saw was swollen people walking around in the streets. And this was about 2 years like that, from 42 till 44. One brother got killed from going from Pabinitz to Lodz. They asked for people who would like to help with the kids or do something good. They took quite a few men to help. And then they found out that they all got shot and killed. That's when we lost my brother. When they sent us to Auschwitz, we were still together, but then they separated us. I never saw my mother and my other sisters anymore.
Who survived?
4 sisters and a brother. My brother survived in Sweden. He got sick in Bergen-Belsen, and they sent him to a hospital in Sweden. And the 4 sisters, we were together in camp, all four of us.
Of you.
We didn't stay long in Auschwitz. They sent us to Freiburg, that's in Bayern, near Munich. There was a resort. They were manufacturing airplanes, and we all worked in an airplane factory. I was very lucky. My sister and I received a job in a office. They asked me if I know how to read and write, and I said yes. And then he said, "Where is your sister?" He was a very mean guy, the way he asked me. And I thought, well, this is the time when he wants to do something, kill us. But then he took us, we walked after him for about a mile, and he said, "Here, you will be here, and this is your job." And we were for 9 months sitting there in that office, just the people, the soldiers and the people who worked on the airplanes came in. We gave them the plans. My other two sisters were working during the night, and they were working with the airplanes. They were building their airplanes. So we stayed there till about April the 12th in Freiburg. A lot of places, the war was over. But they took us and put us on cattle cars again. And in Mauthausen, it was just pitiful. It must have been close to the end of the war. When we got to Mauthausen, there were corpses all over, just laying, and it's just impossible to explain to you. Dead people were laying, one on top of the other. And it must have been close because we didn't see too many German there. And we got there during the night, and there was food. I think the Red Cross had food prepared for us. And everybody was grabbing and eating, and everybody got sick. Because we were all hungry, and I got sick too, typhoid. I cry a lot.
What do you cry for most?
My family, we were a beautiful family. Always together, and my parents were young people. They got killed when they were 46 years old. All we did is, we were a very happy family. We sang, and then when it started with the war, and every time somebody was missing, and I didn't see my mother or my two little sisters, and my brothers, two brothers. And I think about them a lot because they were so young and beautiful, and why it should have been that way. It's sad.